Good evening and welcome. Just setting up here with a soda, and I'll be right with everybody. Okay, soda time. Okay, 1 second. All right, let's talk a little differently tonight. Let's talk about the occult. Just an overview on how much this country is occult. Let's even talk about the word America. It was not named after Amerigo Vespucci. Think of the ley lines. Same wars, the same areas. Why? They believe the world must be fed with blood. The statue on top of the Capitol building, some areas. It's all over. The Statue of Liberty is a cult. Google it, check it out. Details come later. But what I'm trying to explain is that this country, founded on religious freedom, which to some degree it was, the original people who came here were, yes, the persecuted Christians and the witches who were being thrown out of Europe. Just like in the movie The Time Machine, somehow the Morlocks took over. So why do I always talk about the occult? Because if it's something that's being used on you, against you, unwillingly, you could be ruined. If you know it, you have to sometimes fight back using the same methods as your enemies. Now, if you're not part of New World Order, and I do know they do tune in, I stress learning the occult for these reasons. Number one, okay, think about this. They know the stuff. They've always known it. They own most of the world. They will own your actions, your thoughts. They will program you. You have to know about it to fight it. They have divided the sexes. They know every battle concept. And what do you know? PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your cell phone. They reprogrammed women. They know all this stuff. It all stems from the occult teachings. That's why you have to learn it. It's like getting beaten up by the school bully every day and saying, well, I don't want to learn how to fight because I'm getting hurt by it. No, you got to learn the same thing your enemy does, and then you can always also apply it as defense or offensive strategy. That's up to you. But to claim ignorance has never been an excuse. Anywhere, anytime. Now, we like this. All occult practices in every government. Look up the Nazis in the occult, the Romans in the occult, the Egyptians, obviously, Sumerians, Napoleon. There's a lot of power in the occult. So also check out occultforce.com and you'll see the same tools, the same instruments, the same knowledge. The difference between them and you is they apply it. And what you may think is correct and right is just total programming on their part. That is why you must know the occult. I think it should be mandatorily taught in school, but so should basic education, which is slowly going away with this Common Core bullshit. 10 minus 5. 5. Nope. You got to go through this 500. Look up Common Core, okay? I can't even explain that's how fucked up it is. Anyway, I am here tonight, and thank you for joining me. Gary Brodsky, GaryBrodsky.com. They don't want you to be with women. They want men and women separated. Well, don't do what they want. Do what the hell you want. All the information is there. Well researched, well studied, very well studied. Not like those bullshit PUAs and go all fuck themselves, okay? But yeah, the occult. Those guys get away with everything. They get caught. They get away with it. Why? They know how. You do one thing wrong, you're in trouble. Why? You don't know how. You're in a system that is occult. Shouldn't you learn the system? And I'm thinking of doing an extended course on this, from everything from the birth of this nation to today and what's planned for the future. If you're interested, let me know, and I'll arrange it at Gary Brodsky 123 at AOL dot yes com. No, yes. Gary Brodsky 123 at AOL.com. And if you're not interested, let me know too. Hey, I want to hear from somebody, okay? Yeah, sense of humor. I'm getting one, okay? That's something I don't want either. Laughing? You don't hear it anymore. This is everybody every day of the week in every restaurant. It's a black screen, but they love it. Kids don't have fathers anymore. They have PlayStations. Kids don't have dreams anymore. They got level 6 on the game. I don't know the names of the games. I don't watch television, as I've mentioned about 1,000 times before, and I don't play video games. I work out, study martial arts, research, and try to run a business. But all these things become a little harder because the desire and the passion in men has died. New audio that just came out that explains all that scientifically with Stephen Horn. You might want to check it out. It's can't remember the name of it, but it's the new one. Damn, I can't remember the name of that. Oh, The Science of Lust and Love. How they play the science, how they play your brain chemistry. They're playing everything. And you're sitting there, yeah. Well, you better know what's going on in this world. You live here. I know I got some questions because this thing is vibrating. Either that or there's a sale somewhere. Hey, Chris. Hi, Chris. That's not an occult symbol, that's just silliness. Good evening. Hell yeah, I'm interested. I could go on some sort of rant, but that may come later on in the show. Oh, please do, Chris. And thank you for being here tonight. The whole world is occult-based. The whole reason for wars is occult. They plan them out in advance. I've got the notes, okay? They plan them out in advance. And in certain areas they feel it's better. It's called the ley lines. To feed the earth with blood. Are they crazy? No, they're not crazy, okay? They're not insane. Are they evil? Yeah. But they know what they're doing. And they know what they're doing, and they have obfuscated everything to the point where you don't, and I don't really sometimes know what we're doing. But yet we're doing it. All of a sudden, women are feminists. In the 60s, early 60s, they want to be wives. Did people change? We'll just take my usual analogy. If you remember in New York in, let's say, the 1960s, 70s, and early 80s, it was live nudes here, porno videos here. Now, I'm personally against porno, but I also believe in freedom, so you can have whatever you want. And it was a man's world. Every bookstore, you get Playboy magazine. That I was like, because, But then they took it away. They said it's bad. And people said it's bad. Now, I've tracked people. Facebook, yeah, Facebook is poison, but I go on there. Why? The same girls I knew that were into free sex are now saying all sex is rape. Did sex change? People changed. And how did people change? They used their occult skills and knowledge to change people. That's right. Now, if you think of the word sex, okay, it's a good word. But every letter was originally a symbol. The S is the snake. The E, I forgot what that is. And the X is the chromosome thing. It's a double helix. That's why X and Y are right next to each other. There is so much to the occult in the alphabet, in the words, in the symbols. And one of the ways to fight their oppression, because most of their oppression is all mental. fear-based, because they feed off of fear. And believe me, they're getting a good feeding right now. Everybody's afraid of the future. Everybody's afraid of money. Believe me, I am not exempt from this. But they feed on fear. Always been a food for them. Think about it. Look at history. Is to start living and enjoying life. They have done everything. I fill out more paperwork than I do business. Every day. I mean, it's all there for a reason. Things are all set up in a way for a reason. And when you know how to fight it, you know how to beat it. It's just like if somebody has a quick left hook. Well, if you don't know how to block it, you're going to keep getting hit with it. Now, the left hook might hurt, and you say, oh, well, that's bad, that's painful. Yeah, shit, that hurts. It knocked my teeth out. But if you don't know how to throw a left hook, you're not going to know how to stop it. It is hidden in everything we do. It is started in rock music, not the musicians. They told them to sing this song, say these words, and those words we know play in the back of our heads over and over and over and over again. Why? We're being programmed. That's what they call it. On this next program, yep, you're being programmed. Not here. This is freedom here. I'm a fanatic about freedom. And now we are checking for mail. Wow, a lot of mail. Hi, Gary. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay, thanks. I had a rough week, though. Really rough. I don't want to get into details. I have a couple of questions about how to use the powers of darkness. It doesn't matter. You go with your gut feeling on whether you should clean them off or not. Sometimes I leave them up there for years. Sometimes I clean them right off. Okay, there's a couple of questions here that I cannot answer on a public show because I don't want the wrong people doing this shit. And this shit will work on anybody. And I have a lot of people out there that, believe it or not, do not exactly find the fact that I believe in God good. And I hear this all the time. The fact that I am anti everything's in the Bible. Like I'm on God's side. He's anti-gay. I'm sorry, I have to be with him. I know that upsets a lot of people. I don't believe in capital punishment because I believe thou shalt not kill applies to everyone. Capital punishment is a form of torture. It's all been done as that. I'm also anti-prison. I'm also anti-slavery. But, there are some things in throwing curses, and curses is a weapon. And I'll use it. Believe me, I'll use it. And people who have felt it, maybe watching the show, it's like, that won't work on me. Really? 2 days later, help me, I'm dying. Okay? There is a way to do curses, which I don't want to talk about here. And there is a reason why certain words get effects. Certain words are worse than others. Why? Well, when my Occult Super series comes up, I have all the research. Actually, before I was getting into the whole dating thing, I wrote a lot of occult books. Powerful Protection Magic. It works. 5-star rating. The publishing company that published it says, hey, I'm the best writer they ever had. Why? My stuff has the most effect in terms of working. Can you get anybody you want with the occult? Yep. Can you get money? Yep. But you have to know both. To me, God is defense, occult is offense. And if you're living in a country that is designed in an occult system, you have to know that system if you're going to want to really live. Avoiding stuff and knowing how to hit back using their weapons. That's what both the good guys and the bad guys all use guns. Same weapons. It's the intent that makes it good or bad. Okay. I will call you tomorrow. Thank you. Wow. Ah, a new one. I can't really read the name. How powerful is Ogun? Extremely powerful. And I'll tell you where the word Ogun predates almost all spoken and written words. Ogun is extremely powerful, probably one of the most powerful forces you can use. I would bring mine up, but it's all the way over there, and I don't feel like walking right now. I'm picking it up. The word goon comes from the word Ogun. The word gun comes from the word Ogun. The word shogun comes from the word Ogun, and about 70 other words. It has been used in every culture. And how powerful is it? It walks through walls. You can get anybody, you can get into anybody. Watch the movie The Believers. The guy has one little Ogun pot, and that's how powerful it is. And yeah, it works. It works so well, I am sometimes afraid to work mine, and I will not work it in anger, although that does help. But it will get your desires. And so will a shoe. These are the tools of the occult. But when you talk about the occult, it's not really secret witches and stuff like that. It's really just manipulation of energy. It's like you see a karate master, boom, break through a whole bunch of bricks. Why? They've mastered knowing the secret of the energy or the chi. Same thing here, but now you have tools. You can't really fight the occult without tools. You cannot. And you have a lot of tools around your house that you can use too. But the Ogun pot, that's like a mega, one of the 7 powers. And that holds in it 3 powers: Ogun, Osun, and Ochose. Hey, how you doing? Okay, good evening. And this turns upside down. One quote from the Bible, and specifically from the Lord's Prayer, that applies to everything. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. That is my favorite quote. That is and should be the financial policy of every country, including this one. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. That is sound fiscal policy, written by the Son of God. Now, who is going to write something better than that? No one. But do we forgive our debtors? No. We sue them. Do we give them more time? No, we call lawyers. I've had people I've owed money to and I couldn't pay them right away. What do? They've actually sued me and spent more money on their lawyers, and I wound up paying them anyway. I mean, it's just everybody gets into debt. And debt is, it's like orange is the new black. Debt is the new slavery. Years ago, when you didn't have money before credit cards, it's like, we don't have any money this week, we can't buy it. Okay, I'll wait till next week. Now everything is instant, instant, instant. I go into a store, sells 5 things. I don't have any money on me. That's okay. We have a store credit card. But they want you in debt. My friend just graduated school, dental school, which is good because I do a lot of martial arts, and who knows? I may have to visit him as well as the other guy who's also great dentist. You want a recommendation? You're in Connecticut, I can give you a recommendation. A great dentist. But this guy graduated. He's $750,000 in debt. If you want to know why dental fees are so high. Now he's got to buy equipment. He's got to take out a loan for that. He's opening up an office. He just left. And he's going to have to show up at work every day. Why? Because he's a slave to debt. Years ago, it wasn't like that. But we have been conditioned to accept so much and live with so much, and we just accept it. Like, yeah, it's normal. It's pretty goddamn fucking far from normal out there. Everybody wants to lead a normal life. Secret, okay? This is a big secret. There is no such thing as a normal life. Like, everybody's normal until you get to know them. They put normal lives on television so you can always have something like, oh, how come we can't live like that? Yeah, for an hour and a half, they can be normal. I'm going to light this up here. It's just, gotta get back to this thing. Close this. This is not an occult thing. This is just, I think of every song. Do you believe in magic? I was listening to all the 70s songs. They're all geared to fuck your head up. Not all of them, but a good percentage. Now, thank you for your understanding. A private message there. It's all full of stuff. We live, we breathe, we eat in an occult society, and yet no one wants to learn. The people who want to learn, they're all senators, congressmen, billionaires. There is an energy to money. There's a side of the occult that has absolutely no good or evil, just how you use it. If you look up billionaires and the occult, anybody who's wealthy and the occult, you'll find they all do it. They all belong to lodges, secret organizations. All that stuff that they do is the same stuff that's at occultforce.com, only they do it at a lodge. They don't bring it home. They've all been to the Bohemian Grove where horrible things go on. You don't have to do horrible things. The difference between horrible things and not horrible things, okay, I'll explain how I see it. Somebody tries to mug you. That happens. You hit them. You knock them down. You're done. You walk away. The way that the main people do it is after they knock the guy down, then they first go to work on him. To me, that's wrong, but you have to know how to knock the guy down first. Okay, can I talk about the new science of lust and love? Yeah. Basically, 3 things guide our lives. Serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. And there's a way to get someone to fall in love with you, which I have just been doing research on, and I hope to do webinars, have some people attend it. These are my hopes. On how to get someone to fall in love with you. Because that seems to be going out of our vocabulary very quickly. The word love, gone. You pick up the Bible, love thy neighbor, love this, love that, bless the... Yeah, right. Not today, ain't happening. You may be able to read about it, but is anybody applying it? No. No. I've actually been offered a job to be a televangelist. But I said I'll do it. Yeah, I don't want to collect any money. What? Not for that. Jesus didn't collect money. I'm not going to collect money. Have a nice day. Yeah, fine. I'm having a nice day. He didn't say, well, yeah, Obamacare, give me a credit card, we'll run it every month. No, it's just insane. Every televangelist, I'm telling you right now, may have started out with good intentions, all crooks. Same with the PUAs. Oh, Derek, thank you. Wow, I brought up a great point. I noticed a lot of celebrities dress in drag, like Tyler Perry, Robin Williams, Mrs. Doubtfire, Brad Pitt, the Rolling Stones cover in a dress. Well, that's part of the Satanic Hollywood agenda, which will be discussed on my super occult webinar. Touch on Schwarzenegger there. They have to do things, and the Bible stresses, thou, I don't know the exact quote, but don't dress like a woman, okay? Very adamant about that. So everybody in Hollywood is basically into a satanic world. If the devil has a kingdom, it's Hollywood. Every star has had to dress as a woman. Why? To piss God off. So I already know one of their tactics. Milton Berle wore a dress at the end of every show. Arnold Schwarzenegger wore a dress in Total Recall. And somebody said, really? Everybody can think of wore a dress? How about Al Pacino? As they stuck, cruising. Okay, Sylvester Stallone, Nighthawks. Everybody in showbiz, if you're going to succeed, you got to go through the satanic rites. And after that, your life actually turns into a living hell. Don't you think people should know about this before they get into it? I know a lot of famous people. You can check it out on Facebook. And I got to tell you something. They're not the rich and famous having a good time. They're the rich and famous suffering every day of their life. Look at Elvis, okay? You can't do the imitation. Every day of his life since he was famous was hell. He took more prescription medication to knock himself out. They had to carry him to the bathroom. They had to carry him back. They'd wake him up for a show. He'd do a show and go back into the worst depression. True with Lady Gaga and every celebrity, all miserable because they can get you to sell your soul to the devil and you won't even know how. That's why this occult webinar is going to be something so different. And it's going to be a bit expensive, and I'll tell you why. I've probably spent more money on researching the occult, and I have infiltrated, at the risk of my own life, the Tavistock Institute for Behavioral Research. I have known some of the royal families and some of the people in there. I'll explain how and why I'm there. And I spent more money on learning about the occult than on hookers. Okay? That's a lot. And I'm willing to share all the information, everything I know. I have a guy researching right now. And it's not online. It's from old books that are like falling apart and stuff like that. Right now in my house, way on the other side. So it's going to be a powerful show. Wow, so many people. Are you aware, that's me, am I aware of the powers of the Illuminati such as levitation, telekinesis, thought and memory, implantation, morphing, etc.? Oh, absolutely. I'm not trying to sound like a know-it-all, but I have spent the better part of my life studying that. All of it, if you took away school, jobs, bills, problems, I got mail here I don't even want to look at. It says from all law offices, I don't give a shit. Back to your question. If you took away all your crazy, horrible things you got to go through every day just to live, I work, half days now, 12 hours, minimum, studying, learning, checking my studies. This show is part of my work, but I enjoy it. I enjoy my work as well. But so much work, so much things, so much paperwork, reinstituting the corporation, the franchise tax, all that, Obamacare. That was another thing that, wasted a week of my life or two. As now my health insurance went up like 18,000%. And I don't go to doctors. But if you took away everything, all the distractions out of your life, all of a sudden you'd realize how powerful you are. And I am so glad, if I pronounce your name wrong, I apologize, Antonine, that you have brought this up, because people realize just how powerful they are and that they can get anything in the world they want. Anything. And I'm not saying religion is bad. I think religion is great. Organized religion I have a problem with, because I am an ordained minister. I was one of the few churches that did not take contributions. And people would offer money and go, hey, just a little bit of that, a little bit of this. But a 501c3, let me just explain that. Every church is bound by that. Now, I'll get to the questions in a second. You have to quote and promote New World Order and Illuminati agenda. I go into a church, I have an anxiety attack because I could feel the presence of there, and it's not God. That's what they've done to churches. It's like, you don't cooperate with us, and there are certain books in the Bible they don't want you to read. In fact, they don't want you to read any books. I know the Bible pretty much by heart. I mean, I may have a thou wrong in the wrong place or whatever, but these guys are making stuff up. One guy was doing Shakespeare. It's just, so let's say there's a big bully. And I have a funny bully story. I know it's not being funny tonight, but that beats you up. And you go to a gym and you work out because you use the same tools he does. And now you make a visual appearance, you don't want to mess with you anymore. You've done something good for yourself, and you put the bully down. Now, I promised I would tell the story tonight, and then I'll get to your questions. They had a bullying school. They had a few of them in high school. My brother, Palohead, used to take care of them, and the guys would transfer out. They would get another bully. It was almost like, we thought it was a comedy routine. It's like, what, they have another bully on call? This guy was big. I remember his name. I can mention his last name, Paul. He was like an MMA fighter in high school. And he would come over and push you like this. You want to fight? You're going to have to fight me. I'm a bull. My brother, who's a little on the, shall we say, aggressive side, saw this guy. The guy was actually 6'8". In high school, because he can't take this guy, he'll teach him a lesson. He actually went into an antique store in the city, furniture store, and bought picadora, the things that the bullfight is sticking in the back of the bull, and waited for this guy, looking as nerdy as possible. And the guy came over and goes, "You want to fight? You're going to have to fight me. I'm the bull." He couldn't wait for that. He goes, "Okay, let's fight. Give me a second to put this down." Picks out this picadora thing, sticks it in his back, and he says, "Now let's fight." That guy transferred out. Another one came in named Paul too. It's like I have a fucking list. But Dan, man, how you doing? Gary, come stai paesano? Molto bene. Io desiderare la grande capello sticchio. Tu capisci, paesano, huh? Glad to see you free of scratches from this rough week. From that mojo bag you gave me, I tried it twice with polka. After the first time, I slept with it under my pillow, had it against my body, even had a name and spoke to it. The second time, it didn't work. The third time was a charm. Yeah, they work. Is there anything to do to help break a curse? When you get bad luck coincidences, it is a curse. Now, some of them are self-imposed. Okay, but it's a big question. And you said, how do you reverse it? I have reversing candles that actually work. Now, what's funny is I'll use them on myself. Never. I'll use them on other people, and it's like, wow, I feel great. Well, yeah, reversing candles. I used to have it right here, but it moved. Just looking for it. Ah, it is here. See, reversible candle. Now, this is but I take chopsticks, I dig holes in them, put the herbs and stuff in there. And, candles have been around forever. Why would you go into every church, any temple, the Buddhist shrines? All candles. Why? Because they work. Better, you've heard it, better to light one small candle to curse the darkness. So, if I can help you with that, let me know, because I have these. I have this one. I didn't do the chopstick work on it yet, but there's herbs in there and other things that burn, oils. It'll reverse the problem. That's why you can't name any president that has ever died of cancer. Which leads me to the next question. Of course, I can't claim anything cures anything, because who the hell wants that? Mediterranean oregano oil. Oh, is that good? I did the research on Mediterranean oregano oil. The stuff is incredible. I started taking some recently. My stomach has felt the best it has in years. I used to have years of stomach issues and pains. Gone. I had a bit of a cough that persisted for a while. Gone. So if anybody's wondering, it works. Yeah, it works. These are like the known secrets that will be discussed on the Super Occult webinar. Because is that occult? No, but it's energy manipulation. They took that out of your diet. And it has to be Mediterranean. And we have the best at GaryBrodsky.com. Drop down menu supplements. Mediterranean oil, my own label. If you can catch it good here. This is a big fucking bottle. It'll last. Because read about the stomach and your emotions. All fear is based on your stomach. All guts is based on your stomach. Your stomach has a brain in there. It's 1/3 of your brain. This one is just the main one. So when people go, yo, he's got guts. Why? The stomach is working correctly. And only the Mediterranean stuff, which really, it took me years to find this, works. Why? Look at the Mediterranean. Every civilization migrated around where this stuff grows. Because it gives you the guts, it gives you the passion, why it hits your gut. Simple. Look at these muscles. And I'm no kid. I wish I was, but I ain't gonna get me shit. I don't grow up mentally, so I don't grow up physically. People cannot believe my age. Twice I've been hauled in by the cops. Not for anything wrong. They thought that I had a fake driver's license. It's like, no, this isn't your age, you lied. It's like, hey, that's a compliment. One was a really nice looking female cop. She said, I'm going to have to take down the station house ID. I said, if I cannot correctly, will you buy me dinner? She said, yes. It worked out well. She was okay for a cop. That was the line that got her. She goes, everything checks out. I go, you know, you're all right for a cop. Guys are afraid to be bold. Why? No guts. You want guts? Go to GaryBrodsky.com while we have them in stock. Mediterranean oregano oil. Doesn't sound like that's not going to work. If it doesn't work, just tell me it doesn't work. I don't want it back. I'll believe you. I did not get your question. Oh, okay. Can a do-me candle be used to get rid of poverty or a bad attitude? Oh, absolutely. But you have to know how to do it right. I'm just going to tell you, you have to know how to do it right. If you want, I'll do one for you. Because otherwise you're sending out really negative energy. You want to send it out and make sure it hits the right address. And I know sometimes people do it and all of a sudden things get worse. Why? It's really, that is precision art. But I'd be happy to make one for you. He who shall remain nameless. Dan is back. I got to read his questions first, all right? Because I don't know what the heck he's going to come up with. I can't read this on the air. But very good. I am pretty good. See, with Dan, you got to be careful because he will, and I like that. He will say what's on his mind, and what he's saying is absolute fact and truth. And I know it's only between me and him right now. That's why we have the webinars. But it's funny how Christianity has been attacked, and people don't realize it. We have a country that's 97% Christian. We can't put up Christmas trees anymore. We can't put up nativity scenes anymore. No more Christmas vacation. It's now happy holidays. It's the winter break. We're being persecuted in a nation where we're 97%. How'd they pull that off? Well, they did. The obvious proof is my children cannot wear a cross to school. And yet everybody goes along with it. Why? Because they know how to program you. Everybody wants people, the crowd that fits in. Even if that crowd that fits in is going off the cliff. And right now we have a lot of people going off the cliff in a lot of different ways. Death is not the only death out there. Questions, let me just tell you there's a lot of viewers who don't know how to get to me. Gary Brodsky 123 at AOL.com. And Dan, thanks for that question. That was great. Okay, it's updating right now, which means it's time for me to take my DHEA to get more testosterone, to get more women, to get more ambition, to get more drive, And fuck everybody doesn't like it. Yeah, you heard me. They don't want guys to have testosterone anymore. That's not their agenda. You gotta know their agenda. You gotta know how to fight their agenda. Fight now, testosterone up, DHEA, really, the pure stuff, all the other stuff you can go to your drugstore, GNC, I don't give a shit. And I'll prove to them they have calcium carbonate in there. What does calcium carbonate do? It inerts DHEA. So you get nothing. This is the real stuff, pharmaceutical grade. Only 2 people in the world have it. I'm the second one. Yeah, that's absolutely true. The first one has a private practice and is a very well-known scientist. He's the one who started me on this. I take another, I sound like Barry White in 2 seconds. Actually, about an hour. Hey, you know, your voice gets really deep with me. I know I'm talking to you. You know what I'm talking about? Hey. First thing you realize is you've taken way too much shit. That's the first instinct. You wake up in the morning and go, holy shit. I've been taking all this crap from people. I've been, bending over, so to speak, for people. Who are these jerk-offs in my fucking life? That's the first effect. The one is you're pumped up with testosterone. It's like, here's a girl, I'm going to go get her. Fuck what you guys think, all right? That's the attitude he gives you. Biology does drive behavior. And if you don't believe that, take a hammer, hit your toes, see how good you do some dancing. Hey, biology is driving your behavior, right? Right there's the proof. I got to take my DHEA now. Thank you, Dan, for running me. Mr. Bo Johnson, how are you? I better read his question first because God knows what he can say. One of the toughest guys I ever met, Bo Johnson, no joke. He's like Palehead, the second coming. The stomach is, he does his research. I gotta tell you something. The stomach is also connected to the emotions where you store them and connect to all the chakras. The secret of all health starts in the stomach. That is true. Thank you, Bo. But that's a known fact that people say, I'll take care of it tomorrow. Tomorrow. Domani. Tomorrow never comes if you think like that. I have a new saying. If you can't do it, do it. Right now I have a special sale. Everything, which is important, there's going to be over 10 grand, on packages, drop-down menu packages, GaryBrodsky.com. All of the audios, $470. Why? To make a profit? No. To get you the information because I know the economy is bad. What is the best incantation to use for your goon pot? It's so simple, it's scary, and I'll tell it right here. You simply tell it what to do. Don't ask it, tell it. It's a spirit that works for you. It's actually Zarabanda. That gets complicated. If you start asking spirits, here's some rum, you blow the rum. Here's some smoke, here's a cigar, that's all it needs. You do this for me right now. Right now, take care of this for me. You got to act like it's a boss, and you can't approach it timidly. Very important when you approach an Ogun pot, you go over to it. There's a few other things you can do that are just ceremonial, but you don't have to do them. Just say, you do this for me, you do that for me, and you watch. Now, anytime I send them out, I always test them. This is kind of like getting me in trouble. On people's trees, I tell a tree to kill. Kill that tree. In a few days, the tree is brown, and then I'm spending a fortune having the tree guys cut the tree up. But gotta test them, right? What the heck is this? All right, next question. Comic books and movies. What do you think of the so-called comic book movies? I read the X-Men movies were directed by a gay guy, and the director wanted to mirror acceptance of mutants to be like the acceptance of gays. I don't know if you know this, but I grew up in comics. My father's the executive vice president of Marvel Comics. He fought like hell to stop this, and he died because of it. So it's a very deep question. He says he intentionally has a coming out scene for a mutant, just like a gay would do. It's everywhere, and the more you take it in, the more it's going to fuck you up. So I'm glad you brought that up, because I could do a whole dissertation about that. If I do it publicly, I will be sued to death. So we'll just leave it at yes. All of a sudden, Thor is now a girl. Archie's best friend is gay. They're promoting the gay agenda like it's normal. It is not normal. I am very sorry if that offends anybody. But I'm sure if Jesus Christ was sitting here right now, he would not say it is normal. And this whole God loves everybody thing. Who got that one? Was that? No, he doesn't love everybody. Okay, that's one thing you gotta get in line. You can get back with him, but he doesn't love everybody. He says, the drunkards, the effeminates, will not enter the kingdom of heaven and will be denied entrance. That's not an all-loving, accepting God. That is another misconception. Otherwise, there'd be no rules in the Bible. So yeah, no matter what you do, it's okay, it's fine, go ahead. It doesn't say that, does it? Just making a quick point. Dan, I got to pre-read your questions. Dan, you're definitely co-hosting my show this week. Yes, they are programming diseases into your head, and may God bless us. That is a nice thing. You're not allowed to say that if you have a job. You can't say, hey, have a blessed day. You lose your job, you can get arrested. That's how big. This battle is raging out there. You drink soda, you're going to die. It's bad for you. Yeah? Anybody who can bench press more weight than me, I want to hear from them, okay? I'm not saying bench press is the beginning of all of things, but what they're putting out as personal trainers, I asked for a spot, and the guy goes to me, the guys are not like they were, okay? They are cutting your balls off whether you know it or not. Get my book, Wake Up Call. You'll wake up like this. GaryBrodsky.com, Wake Up Call. So I asked the guy, can you spot me in bench press? And he's like, oh my God, no, I'm not a personal trainer. You know, that fucking voice. You know what I'm talking about. Right? So I go to one of these personal trainers. I go, can you spot me on bench press? I'm doing 6 reps. He goes like this. Seriously, my God, that's too much weight. Too much weight, you're a trainer. I had to call my son the fucking horse. He can't handle this problem. He can lift that. And I was just going light. And that's the personal trainers. Years ago, you went to a gym, beautiful women, guys with muscles. Those are your personal trainers. They said, no, we don't want that anymore. We want overweight, skinny people. Why? So the customer doesn't feel offended. Richard Simmons made a fortune out of not being in perfect physical shape, being overweight, because he knew people would accept him like that. Brilliant businessman, I'm not going to say a bad word about him. And guess what? He got caught being straight. He was faking the whole thing. He made $300 million faking it. I know someone who funded him. He had this idea, I'll just act a little effeminate, and I won't, women will not feel threatened, and I'll make a fortune. And he did. Great businessman. Not my path in business, but hey, it worked. Jason always starts out very, very, very tactfully. Why do those morons who try to sell you health insurance Oh no, nobody tries to sell it. Now they want you to go onto websites. And the only question they ask is, what are you doing when you die? What? You're right with the dumb fucking questions. I've had a week of them. They asked me, what are you going to do when you die? I said, I'm going to lay there. Probably. Not to do much of anything. And how come you don't have a family physician? Because I don't go to doctors. Then why do you need health insurance? Because it's a law and I got a scary letter. Okay, you're in the high risk category. I don't go to doctors, you fucking morons. I have never gone. Well, we're going to have to raise your rate even more. Do you smoke? If you call it lying, it's fraud. And with these shows, yeah, I smoke. Oh, forget it. You know, we're going to calculate the cost of your insurance. So you could have bought a house, but now you have my insurance here. I say, well, how about anorexia if I'm paying this bill? I could have hired a full-time employee with the hit me for health insurance. I could have hired people to fan me for what they're charging, like the old Caesars. My health insurance is prayer, believe it or not. And so far, I have escaped death through prayer. But they don't tell you how to do that. They get this whole thing, and I'll tell it real quick. I've told it before. We did an experiment when I was working with U.S. intelligence, which is actually international. But just to show you how weak the mind is and how strong anything we can be forged into steel. I have some really nice samurai swords that started out with weak, almost clay mixed with steel, to the hardest metal, and then, yeah, well, whatever. Another subject. But they would tell somebody, you know, something wrong with you. This was an experiment, actually. One of them. There was multiple experiments. This was the nicer one. They would get 5 people in somebody's life. It wouldn't take. They never got the last 2. Somebody go, do you feel okay? You don't look good. To a perfectly healthy person, do you feel okay? You don't look that good today. Now I feel okay. You sure? The next person would bump into them and go, do you want a glass of water? You don't look okay. By the time the third person goes, you sure everything's all right? You look kind of sick. That person would wind up in the hospital with symptoms. We tried a whole myriad of experiments, which will be disclosed also on the occult thing. So get ready for that one. That's how easy the mind can be torn up. Just as easily as it can be built up. So you ever try to do something, say, oh, come on, you could do it. And you do it. But very rare to find somebody today that will encourage you, that will stand behind you, that will back you up. All the people tonight that are coming in here that watch the show are all people I would trust with my life. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Let's work out. I'll spot you heavy spot. The whole fitness industry is a sham. The Faggy trainer is proof. Who needs him when we can lift heavy weights and cruise the gym for hitting on women? It's true. You know what's sad, Dan? Is you don't see young guys in there doing bench press anymore or squats. What do you see? They're on a cardio machine. Now, there's nothing wrong with walking. Taking a walk is a great thing, great exercise. I'll admit that. I should do it more. But there is something about walking in place and going nowhere that was built to short your mind out. People think it's good for their health. Show me a picture of Muhammad Ali on a cardio machine, Bruce Lee, Joe Namath. No. You want to know, yeah, if you want to do real cardio, very simple. Jumping jacks, push-ups, basic training. Just Google it. Watch what the drill instructors teach the soldiers. You don't see the soldiers going like this. I'm on the elliptical. Those are guys you don't want you get like, you know. The real stuff. I've done it. Jumping jacks, push-ups, the real military training. Believe me, you feel a big difference the next day. You can't even get out of bed. Hi, Gary. It's time. is it mirrors are all the personal trainers out there a bunch of fat bastards. That's what I find. Why the fuck would I take tips from a fat bastard if I don't want to be fat? I go to Dunkin' Donuts. The stuff I face with them, not the gym. That is so true. That is so true. Because this is you don't feel self-conscious about your body. If you want a good body, you're supposed to feel self-conscious about it. But that's how they fuck your mind. That is also occult manipulation. Believe it or not. It's not by accident that a guy who's 400 pounds, his stomach's down to the floor, he's got fucking man tits, and he's going to train you. And every time you're doing like stupid exercises like 1, 2, 3, what the hell is this? What is that sound you make? But yeah, they will not hire you if you're in good shape. Thanks. He was absolutely true. Okay, show's about to end. This one real quick. So yeah, this world is occult run, and unless you know the occult and can practice the occult, it's going to be very difficult to live. And one way to break the occult spell is that gender separation. Get the guts. Go to GaryBrodsky.com. It's all there. Go to occultforce.com. It's all there. Wealth Plus Power. A lot of great material there. And Brain Train Power does work. I'm using it on myself now, and I've overcome a lot this week. So, here's my medical advice. On the ending, this is perfect. If you're not feeling great, if you're not feeling happy, don't take antidepressants. Just go to YouTube, get Gregorian chants, and just listen to it for about an hour. And you will feel much better. So thank you all for being here. Remember, GaryBrodsky.com, GaryBrodsky.com, GaryBrodsky.com. And I'll see you all on the Wednesday show. And I'll see you on the Wednesday radio show and next Sunday. Bless you all. Good night.